Hello, and welcome to Introduction to Strategic Planning, Increasing Your Impact. I'm Frank Martinelli, and I'll be your guide. If you're like me, you've probably heard some groups talk about their strategic planning experiences, and it's not always a rosy picture. What's happening here? I'd like to use a recent Dilbert cartoon to illustrate the experience of strategic planning for some groups. You may have seen the cartoon. It begins with a new employee coming into the office, and the first thing out of the boss's mouth is to the new person, "I'm going to put you on the strategic planning team." It's lots of meetings, and you don't have to work too hard. Another employee comes up to the new person and says, "Look, don't worry about it. I'll tell you about strategic planning." And he proceeds to do that. We have lots of meetings. We talk in vague emotional terms about mission and strategy. We start to get excited. We actually begin to think that we can have an impact and make a difference. And then we snap out of it and decide that we're basically going to keep on doing what we've always done. And then we develop a PowerPoint presentation to illustrate that decision. Well, the new employee hears the word PowerPoint, gets all excited and says, "Hey, I'm really good at PowerPoint. I'll make the slides." And the other employee goes, "Actually, we just used the PowerPoint presentation from last year." No wonder people aren't enthusiastic about strategic planning when this is what it's been like. Today's program has a very different view of strategic planning and is going to provide you, the learner, with practical tools, techniques, and real-life examples of successful strategic planning in nonprofit organizations like yours. This program will enable you to make strategic planning a productive experience in your organization. In this program, I'll be covering the following topics: the relationship between planning and organizational effectiveness, basic steps and major challenges in the planning process, practical techniques to create a strategic plan, and advice on how to prepare to do the planning. The Dilbert cartoon notwithstanding, more and more nonprofits are doing strategic planning because they understand that it is a must in today's fast-changing environment. And here's the good news. In the nonprofit world, there are many examples of successful strategic planning. We're going to hear about some of them right now.
Strategic planning has benefited La Casa de Esperanza in many ways. One of the most significant ways has been through a clear identification of our priorities. La Casa de Esperanza is the only Latino organization in Waukesha County. Therefore, there is a great expectation to do everything for everyone. Therefore, our strategic planning process has been key, identifying our priorities, identifying the areas of service for La Casa, and really limited our staff and the organization to concentrate in a few areas and do these areas well instead of trying to do more than what we should have maybe do.
For the American Lung Association, arriving at a shared vision and mission and articulating that very clearly has had a number of important benefits. One is that it helped us to identify some important, what I would call dashboard indicators that we monitor regularly that helps keep, and that process helps to keep us focused. Secondly, it's created the framework for both our annual planning and our individual goal setting. So every member of the staff has a very clear line of vision between what that person is doing today and the ultimate vision and mission of the association. And I think that clear line of vision has been really important. Thirdly, I think we've saved a lot of time. There's clear communication, there's shared understanding. Going through the process enabled us to learn from each other, and we don't have to repeat that at every meeting or at every planning session. So on a very pragmatic level, it's helped us be more efficient.
Strategic planning has benefited Martin Luther King Economic Development Corp most by providing a tool or vehicle for what I consider as real board participation in decision making for the future, and really getting the board involved in deciding on our agenda and activities and how we would serve the community in the future.
There are all sorts of opportunities and also a variety of challenges facing nonprofits today. But I think board directors having a plan which they understand and which is relevant now and in the near future gives those directors a sense of confidence that yes, we do know where we're going, and yes, whether I'm out there either asking for resources or trying to recruit someone to join the board, I can tell them clearly what we're up to, and the plan does help that way.
What strategic planning really did for us was to give us an opportunity as a group of people to talk about what we do from a completely different standpoint. Not from the day-to-day, what we're doing right now, what the current crisis is, what the current question is, but who are we, what do we do, why do we exist, and what should we do about that? And that was a very freeing conversation for people. It made it so that we looked at ourselves in ways we don't usually take the time to do.